Hello everyone, it's Paul Stevens here, editor of Short-Term Rentals, and today I'm excited to be speaking with Carlos Perez-Lanzac de Lorca, who is the founder of the upcoming VITUR Summit in Malaga, Spain. So welcome Carlos, and please introduce yourself and VITUR Summit.
So my name is Carlos Perez-Lanzac. I am the promoter and the part of the organization of VITUR Summit 2021. I also a managing director of Caleta Homes. I'm a property manager myself. And yeah, we are just a few days ahead of VITUR Summit. So we are super excited because the event is coming together like nicely. We are having a lot going on here in Spain, in Malaga. A lot of people is coming to the event, so it's not only the actual event that is going to be exciting, it's the fact that we're all going to be finally in person with nice weather, with some obviously cañas and tapas, and pretty much moving the industry forward together, which was one of the reasons actually why we choose that plane, which is we've been through so much. It's been such a hectic time. It's been such a, it looks like everybody's making a hard effort to forget, but it is difficult to somehow as well to forget what we've been through. So we are in a super relevant industry because we've been one of the main players in the industry in the post-COVID in terms of promoting the travel and providing that safe environment, that private and that intimacy to families and tourists to make a decision and to be, again, confident enough to organize a holiday again. So we really put a lot of effort, and it was, now it looks a bit crazy that the fact that we decided to go ahead with this event, to be honest, like now it thinks quite obvious. And everything that is going to happen there is quite obvious because it's everything that is happening in the street. But at the time that we decided, let's do this, it was a lot of uncertainty. So we are super excited that this event is happening. We put a lot of work into this.
We know all about that, and we'll certainly be speaking a bit more about that during this interview. But we're also very delighted to announce that Short-Term Rentals is a media partner for this year's VITUR Summit. So very excited to be working with you and your team, Carlos. So the first topic that I really wanted to focus on in this interview are speakers themselves. So who are some of the main keynotes and speakers that we're going to be able to look forward to at VITUR? How did you go about sort of selecting these?
Thank you for the question. It's basically what something we have different. We got like companies that everyone knows in the industry, like Price Labs, Beyond, everyone is going to be here, AirDNA. But something we've been trying to do differently is to have these companies, the CEO of the global responsible of our industry, the people that are seeing the changes and they're leading the innovation in our industry. And I'm talking about like Salto systems, for instance, like the smart locks or K-Phone for the decoration. They're already like international and global companies that they are providing services in our industry all over. So we wanted the events not to be only about very specific niche of the short-term rental, but we wanted to show the industry with a bigger scope, because it really shows what's really happening. And again, we will talk later about the VITUR living experience, but everything that goes with the vacation rental is so diverse, so horizontal. And then we're talking from smart housing solution, revenue management strategy, data coming from Pierre from Transparent is going to be coming, Noelia from Doing, which is also software for housekeeping. And then we got the European associations. So that's part of the legislation that's going to be happening. There are changes, and very important changes in the European level for our industry. That's going to determine a lot of our future. That's also there. Then we have, again, as I said, PMS, like Avancio, the guys for Avancio, Home2Go are coming. So there's so much. It's such a rich industry that we needed to create a platform that it was ambitious enough to get all these people together. So we have, obviously, most of the people that are coming out like C-level directors. So I think that the event is clearly a B2B event. We've been very focused about professional services. So I think that's the kind of level of speakers that we're going to find.
And you talk there about the scope of this event, and certainly we're seeing so much coverage on social media, LinkedIn in particular. But I want to look as well at the type of topics and the content that we're going to be seeing at VITUR. Can you give us a little bit of a flavour of the types of topics that are going to be discussed at the event? Maybe how, as well, how has this agenda actually been shaped by the effects of the pandemic as well?
Yeah, basically there's a lot of topics and we got a parallel agenda. So even though there are a lot of topics that we're not being able to cover, so we're going with from like Damien, he's going to be there talking about direct bookings, etc. We've got, again, as I said, trying to cover all that much. We wanted to cover from the real estate investment to the revenue management, reservations, operations, how to optimize operations, that relationship as well from the investors and operation companies. Then about data, about the market, what's happening, like how you market your properties, so marketing strategies. Then software solutions, like it can go from smart lock to a PMS, like the latest updates from these PMS companies. And then even there's another panel that we planning, but again, everything is so exhausting. We're getting so even now, like just 1 week ahead, we're still having last minute changes, but we covering pretty much everything, and even the point of view from investors, like when they look at our industry and they want to invest in a company as well, like how they're looking at these companies. How is the pandemic, as you just said, how it's affecting, maybe this project 5 years ago, it wasn't interesting. Now the fact that we are in COVID, they look at it as like, okay, we see a trend now, like solutions for whatever, for like a remote worker, even though the apartment itself that we're going to build, it's a smart apartment. That smart apartment is definitely going to have a space for a remote worker. It's going to have a desk. That's something that eventually you wouldn't care in like maybe 2 years ago. So yeah, definitely a lot of the innovation that's being accelerated by the COVID. I think we're gonna see a lot of that in the VITUR Summit this year.
Fantastic. And another thing that we can look forward to about VITUR is actually the event itself. It's something that shouldn't be forgotten, that we're actually back in person. I'm very grateful to be out there in Malaga ourselves. So what can we as an audience and spectators be expecting from VITUR Summit this year? Particularly if, like me, you're attending it for the first time.
Cool. Yeah, I think it's even going to be more exciting. Well, if you were not here the edition, well, whoever was here in the last edition and into this new edition, they're definitely going to see a huge change and improvements, not only for content, everything, the logistics, the venue, the way we prepare the show. Basically, that's an auditorium, which is we prepare an auditorium that was like it's actually supersized. Is we made it very big because again we didn't know the COVID conditions. So that's actually like a really big space. I think we got like a workshop area, then we got an exhibitor area, and then the startup. It's a startup plaza. We created a startup plaza. We got a few startup companies that they're gonna come to Malaga. They're gonna do a little presentation. So that's actually exciting because again, with the startups, you see a lot of the new innovation in the industry. So that's a very important part. the apartment, the smart apartment, the VITUR living experience. And then we have an outside area that the weather in Malaga should be fine. So there we're gonna have obviously our food and beverage and our tapas time, and then the opportunity to network together. So that's pretty much all the venue and what you guys can expect of the VITUR Summit.
And you've already quoted there that the apartment of the future. I can see it in your face that you're very excited about this concept. But could you just explain to us a little bit about what this actually is that you're launching at VITUR this year?
Well, this is actually a crazy idea that we decided to do. We thought it is quite obvious, but it hasn't been done before. It's something that it's surprisingly and it's quite shocking that no one did it before in our industry. But we wanted to because again, we saw that there's so much technology, there's so much innovation going on, and it's such a challenging job to operate and to run apartments, multifamily, all that kind of assets, that we need technology to make our operations more efficient and therefore increase our margins. So we wanted to be able to, for property managers, to touch technology, to understand like how you can apply it, so they can have like a takeaway from that. Apart from like this technology that is going to be able to tell you if the door is open, if the lights are on, like how much water, gas, or electricity you spending in the bill, to control the bill, to stop the air condition, to put some limits, to open the door remotely. We got even the guys from Explorer. They're coming from the US, Matt, and they go, this Alexa a speaker, and you're gonna go to your Alexa and you're gonna say like, hey Alexa, can you tell me please the Wi-Fi code? What is the best restaurant? I want some churros with chocolate, right? Or you want something like that. So this device is gonna be like a digital or like a smart concierge service. So it looks like this is the super future, but it is actually there. That technology is already available to us, and it's gonna help us, especially property managers, to be more efficient. So this apartment is a huge statement. It's going to show the whole tourism industry, like what's going on in the industry, the level of innovation. And what I think it is fascinating to me, that technology is definitely going to be channeled into the residential markets. Because when you travel, you're more willing and you're more ready to explore, to experience. Even the kitchen, we're going to have a kitchen with Samsung electronic, with all the devices, all the appliances. So you're going to have a fridge connected to your Wi-Fi. So all that kind of technology. And that's something, again, that you're going to be able to touch buttons, to see, to understand, to talk to this Alexa, to open doors and things. And yes, it is a future, but it's something that we are making, and we're making it happen in our industry already. So I think we are super excited about this apartment actually.
So is this sort of automated, frictionless technology that you think is actually going to be incorporated within the apartments of the future? Is that what we're getting?
I think that's what we're gonna get there, and I think that's technology is coming to us from different aspects, either from our business itself, because there's so much improvement and there's less friction in all the interactions with your clients in the customer experience. And I think, again, we are selling experiences. That technology is going to be part of the experience of our guests. And again, at the beginning, it's something a lot of players will play with that wow kind of experience, and that opportunities is out there. But I think it's actually something that is naturally going to happen, because it's definitely going to make our life easier. So our guests and our clients is definitely going to definitely demand those products.
And my final question really is just, how do people actually get their tickets for VITUR 2021?
Cool. You just need to go to VITURSummit.com, the website, and they have different options of tickets depending on what they want to take out of VITUR. There's I think there are 3 levels. We do a gala dinner. EHHA is celebrating the General Assembly, as you know, here in Malaga, and on the gala dinner on Thursday night, they're gonna celebrate the European awards. So we actually honored they chose Malaga and VITUR Summit to celebrate and not only the assembly but the award, and yeah, that's happening. So that gala dinner is going to be actually fascinating because it's very interesting people that are going to be coming. It's also a good opportunity to do networking with some jamon, right? It's a very different, so not that much work, more relaxed to talk about basically like we're talking today, to understand like what's been happening, where we're going. So I think it's going to be very, very interesting. That will be the full pass, but again, there are many options for tickets, and it's available on the website as well with the agenda of the event.
So lots to look forward to, and VITUR Summit takes place this coming Thursday the 28th and the Friday the 29th in Malaga, Friday the 29th of October in Malaga. Please do get in touch with either of us if you'll be attending too, and if you'd like to record an interview at the event with me, I'll be milling around on both of those days. And if you'd like to keep up to date with industry news, head on over to shorttermrentals.com and sign up to our weekly e-newsletters.
Thank you.